And welcome there's not everybody, it's just Wade. Welcome, Wade, to the G.A.M.R podcast.
What happened to Grandma?
Grandma didn't like how you guys said those things about her, so she's actually on her way to you with some cookies because she wanted to give you a hug. But hey, again, welcome.
She's
Wade,
a nice lady.
Jeffrey, Anthony, and Mark for the G.A.M.R podcast. How is everyone doing this week? Specifically, Anthony, how much Pepto-Bismol did you have yesterday? I don't really want to know. Fuck the Chiefs, okay?
I still have indigestion from the last 2 weeks. Those games were insane. Yesterday's game was more frustrating than anything. The tale of two Mahomes. It was stupid. I mean,
you know what? The Chiefs are always stupid. Before we get into stupid things, much like the Chiefs, I have figured I want to hit you guys with a kind of a fun question for the week, for the episode. If a vampire bites a zombie, does the zombie become a vampire, or does a vampire become a zombie?
I'm going to say the zombie leaves the Matrix.
Ooh, that was going to be my other question if I had one, actually. I feel like the zombie becomes a zombie vampire and the vampire is still a vampire.
I feel like nothing happens. They're both undead.
Yeah, but they both still have blood in their body.
But they're not actually living.
Well, that's not the point. So, I mean, one eats blood, drinks blood, and one eats brains. And in order to have brains, you need blood.
But they're not living. They can't be changed.
They're not even real things. And you're going to the fact that they're not living.
Wow. I'm being attacked.
Emotional damage.
Being attacked.
Yeah, attack like that.
Grandma's
offensive line
right
for
now.
the Kansas City Chiefs. Sacked more time than Burrow. Never would have guessed it.
All right, well, since we're talking about the gridiron battles, yeah, that game was, I should say
amazing.
the second half. The second half was the worst
So good.
set of football that I've seen them play.
I do
this
believe
year.
from the moment I said to you guys in our group message that this game is boring, the game no longer became boring.
Well, and I was texting, I think you guys too,
rigged.
but I was sending some texts out there, and I'm like, this game is getting out of hand really quickly. And after that, they finally got the handle on it and kind of made it a game. And then Mahomes didn't come out after halftime.
I don't even think they really made that many adjustments. Mahomes literally just did. I don't know what he was doing. He got greedy, like he said, made a bunch of mistakes, stuff he should have been doing from
pants, and he was too worried about that. It was sliding down his leg, and he was like, "No, I can't be getting paid this much to have poop sliding down my leg."
That's why he walks so funny, because he's always got poop down his leg. But I think, outside of me thinking, doesn't happen often. Self jokes. I don't understand why Tyreek Hill didn't just sprint to the corner of the end zone before halftime. Like, he would have won. Like, he would have won that race. He would have scored a touchdown.
Room
he was never supposed to.
Had enough room.
He was never supposed to throw that ball. That play was not designed to go to Tyreek. He was either going to throw it to the middle,
understand that,
or throw it away so they could still get the score. But what he did is he took time off the clock trying to get Tyreek in the end zone, and they didn't even get a field goal out of the deal.
I stupid mistakes. I understand that, but that's
just
my point.
Stupid mistakes.
He could have run it in. He had plenty of room. He's the fastest man alive in the NFL. You don't shake your head. So he could have definitely made it. He could have ran and dove. Would have made it, but he stopped and tried to spin and spun into the defender. I will say though,
the Bengals got away with they got away with a fumble there at the end.
No, they didn't. They ruled him down when he got touched. Yes, he did.
Didn't give
Either way,
himself
the refs
up,
called the play dead.
I know. I'm just saying.
But no, so when you watch it, the refs tell Andy Reid that Burrow was like, "Yeah, I gave up. Like, that was me giving up. I threw the ball to the ref." Because he went down and he put the ball down on the ground, but then he got up and tossed it to the official to show that he gave himself up. Because he went to the ground to be like, "Don't hurt me," and that was him.
No, he threw it behind him. He threw it behind him.
What the fuck are you talking about? He threw it behind him.
Watch the replay.
You watched the game that actually happened where your team lost. Like
He's trying to cling on to any hope, any
I don't want to
controversy
hear
that's
about it
possible.
because the Chiefs had so many blocks in the back behind the line from the offensive lineman that the refs were like, "Oh, is Tom Brady going to over here? I don't know what's happening." Like, and then touchdown. Oh, and then I scored a touchdown. I scored a touchdown.
Denver fans are so petty.
I wish this was alcohol.
Just like him. He sounds just like him.
I'm petty about the coach we hired, even though it is an offensive coach like I wanted. I don't know anything about him, and everyone that I've seen on like NFL Network are like, nobody would have thought that they would have signed this kind of guy for a head coaching job. Nobody knew that he was up for a head coaching job.
John Elway, ladies and gentlemen.
No, not John Elway. He doesn't make those decisions.
They signed
offense coordinator from the Packers.
Yeah, he was.
But like, so when you watch the NFL Network that day, they're like, nobody thought that this guy was even going to be a potential option for anybody's head coaching spot.
Really, that surprises me. I think.
And then the next question was, did they only sign him to get Rodgers? And the new GM Patton, I forget what his first name is. He's like, absolutely not. He puts on Twitter, we didn't sign him to get Rodgers. Yeah, the hell you didn't, bro. I'm trying to figure out if they did do that, which they did do that. But are you going to try to bring over Adams as well? And if so, what do you get rid of in order to bring those two big players away from Green Bay? Because after Rodgers says he doesn't want to be part of a rebuild, all of their offense or office staff, coaches and stuff like that are leaving, and now they're going to have to rebuild.
Well, and before I go into the office staff, Adams has said that he doesn't want to play with anybody outside of Rodgers, or at least immediately he doesn't want to. So he wants to follow Rodgers. So all they have to do is get Rodgers, and Adams is going to try and do what he can to play with him, because Rodgers instantly makes Adams a better player, and he's not been as good with anybody else, obviously. I mean, it's not that he's played many games without Rodgers, but Rodgers makes him the best player that he is.
How does a franchise tag affect that? Say Green Bay decides to tag Adams. How is that going to affect his trade?
He can't be. I mean, he could technically be traded, but usually when you do that, it's to sign him on the next year or to do some sort of transaction with him in his next year. Yeah, because it's not his final year. So
no, he's still under contract for another year, I believe. But back to the office staff, though, I heard that Chicago had signed Green Bay's quarterback coach, to be their offensive coordinator. Yeah, and he was actually up to be the replacement for the OC in Green Bay. So I don't know what happened there, whether he wants to just call the plays or what the situation is, because I don't think that he would have done that so much at Green Bay, because that's more LaFleur's job. He usually does the play calling for the offense. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they can do there, because I think that could benefit Fields a lot, but that also hurts Green Bay, especially if they're losing Rodgers potentially.
Right. It's all very interesting.
I'm interested to see who Jim gets hired. Jim Harbaugh. Whether he goes to Minnesota or does he pick up from
that
Miami?
Would be kind of. I think that would be really good for Minnesota. But then, do they keep Cousins or they get rid of him? Because I feel like Cousins is the problem on their offense. For as much money he has in his backpack, he hasn't really.
His
been
stats
that good for them. Yeah.
No, his stats are there. Like, there's arguments to be made that he's in the top whatever statistic you want to throw out there, but he's also been more of the problem than he's been a help. Like, in those situations where it's games on the line, he's usually the one to give it up. Like, he's not the guy making the play to win them the game. True. So for me, I'd rather get rid of him.
Then who would you bring in? Do you do a whole rebuild then and let Harbaugh start his own whole team and like base it around Cook, or more so base it around Justin Jefferson? Because I feel like it should be the Justin Jefferson part, and then get a quarterback to get him the ball. But then you're also going to need Thielen to stay a little bit healthier this next year.
I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, get rid of Thielen. I like Thielen a lot, but I mean, he's been so hurt. And Cook, I feel the same way about Cook though too. I mean, as good as Cook is, him and Thielen have both been pretty injury prone, and we need guys that are going to stay healthy. Having Madison as the backup though is definitely beneficial, but I don't want to have to rely on a really good backup to be the guy in the off chance our guy goes down.
Yeah.
But
I don't
yeah,
know
I
if
would
he-
say
I don't know if he's got it to be the starter for an entire season. He's great. And he's a great running back. His style is identical to that of Cook. But I don't see him being able to sustain that kind of, and we've seen it when he's had to start for Cook for multiple weeks. He's up and down.
he's not got. I don't think he's got that longevity at this point. Like he can't handle it for many games in a row. He's like I said, he's good in a pinch. He's going to be a good reliever, but he's not that starter. So I don't know. I'd like to see a rebuild as far as a QB, get a solid QB prospect in and build them from the ground up. I don't know if Kellen Mond is that guy or not, but
Right.
I don't
Does
know.
anybody know? He's played what, like
He didn't even
5 snaps, something like that.
He didn't even have a chance this year, and there's games that he could have. And I thought that was who they drafted him to be, is that potential starter, and we didn't even see him play.
No, and I thought he should have been the one to start that last game or whatever it was, instead of
when Cousins wasn't there.
Mannion or whatever.
Yep, I agree.
Mannion was
I would have
absolute garbage.
Yeah, it's not like he would have done much worse. It was a game that at that point, or they were still in playoff contention at that point, or was it a wash game anyway?
No, they needed to win out. So I think they needed to win 2 games back to back in order to make the playoffs.
Anyway, they shouldn't have played. Yeah, they shouldn't have played Mannion. They should have played Mond.
Yep. No, I fully agree.
How do you feel about the McDaniel signing?
I think it's a good signing.
I
think
he'll. But do they keep Carr, you think?
I don't think Carr's the issue there. I think Carr's a decent quarterback. I think that he gets a little bit more hate than he deserves. I don't think he's that guy who's going to go out there and necessarily win you those games. He's not. He's done it
before, but those teams aren't like. He
needs a better supporting cast. He needs a better supporting cast.
So play this out. What if McDaniels trades Carr? I'm not sure what his contract is. I don't remember. But what if Carr goes to Minnesota? How would you feel with that with him and Justin Jefferson? I don't see it happening, but I'm just curious on what you would think about if it did happen.
I'd be okay with it. I think that he would be an upgrade from Cousins. I think that he's a smarter quarterback. I think that he can make those throws more than Cousins can.
He's willing to take the chances, at least.
He is, and he's a little bit. When he takes those chances, I feel like he's actually got his mind set on those chances, whereas it seems like Cousins is second guessing himself as he's throwing the ball, which is why he ends up in the trouble that he's in. He's not sure of himself when he's making that pass. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, is it going to get there or is it not going to get there? Is it going to get picked off? Is it going to get tipped? Is it underthrown? Is it overthrown? Is it completely off target? I mean, Cousins is so wishy-washy in his accuracy and stuff. I don't know. I'd like to see them move on from Cousins. Carr, I think would be an upgrade.
I think it would be an interesting look for Carr to be on that team, not just in jersey wise, but just his play, because I feel like it could open up a little bit. Like it's a very similar type of, like, they had a decent running back, but really the Raiders had struggled being consistent in wideouts, whether that's outside of work issues or just underperforming. So
yeah,
that's all I'm going to say on that.
Yeah.
Extra
I'm trying not to make a joke.
We're talking about Fast and the Furious last week. Yeah, let's just leave it at that.
Yeah. Anyway,
what a waste of talent.
What?
Super
Not
dumb.
even the talent part. What a waste of. I mean, I'm not gonna talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. It's shitty all around.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not.
It gets the people going.
I know that when we allow people to watch and hear this, that they'll hear that whole thing. Here I am acting like I heard it because I didn't hear it, and it's just me reacting like I know what it's saying. But thanks.
You're welcome.
Video streaming device that we're using. Motherfuckers. But yeah, I'm curious on some of the sightings already. It'll be fun though. It's always fun, especially this postseason has been a lot of fun. The Rams game, I actually only watched half of it and then I left. Went and saw a movie. So that game wasn't really that interesting to me as far because Wade, I wanted them to win, buddy. I wanted the 49ers to win just for you. But I'm okay with the Rams winning because of Stafford.
Same.
And Vaughn.
It was the
Aaron
battle
Donald
of the defenses.
would be pretty dope. Really?
Von Miller, Aaron Donald,
Ramsey, Cam Akers,
OBJ.
Yeah. I could name them all.
I could name them all, Wade, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I really didn't want the 49ers to win. So
I kind of did just for the sake of Trey Lance. I would like to see the Niners win. Oh, don't make that face,
Get
Jeffrey.
out of here with
here.
your Bison BS.
I'm not but
Bison.
just for the sake of being
we don't know Bison fans in here.
What, you drinking some water over there?
Gargle.
Definitely gargle. I'm drinking water.
No, I don't know.
I'm rooting for Stafford. Like I told everybody in my house yesterday, we're Rams fans for the next 2 weeks.
No, let me rewind here and pull up our text messages. I'm pretty sure you said "Let's go Bengals." I'm pretty.
Probably me.
I don't know. I mean, you both are. You both look very similar.
No, I don't think so. I said the Rams defense was going to
if
Burray alive.
If the Rams win, I'm pulling for Stafford, is what you said.
No, I
still can't believe that when he's sorry, Mark, go ahead.
I'm all for the Bengals at this point. I wanted them to go from the get-go, but I just didn't think that they were going to have the defensive status to actually take down the teams that they have. Like I knew that their offense was there. I just didn't know if they'd be able to perform to this level for as long as they have. I mean, it's kind of surprising, honestly.
I think it's more the offense is not performing the way they're supposed to against that Bengals defense. They have a good defense, don't get me wrong. But I think the offenses they've been facing over the last 4 weeks have been god-awful. Chiefs included.
I was going to say, how about them Chiefs?
Chiefs included. That was, like I said, that second half, man. He went from playing, he had a 149 QB rating going into halftime. Came out, threw for 55 yards, 40% completion rate. You know, it's just like, how? What the hell happened?
He was in there making TikToks with fucking his brother, whatever his name is. Jackson?
It's almost unheard of, right? It's like, it can't be real that somebody would drop off that badly from one half to the next.
Well, when you don't go to your best player on the team, and I really don't want to talk about this anymore because the Chiefs just are boring to me. They're just a boring team. And it's just weird that you would go away from your top player and then wonder why you're not being successful. But then also for you to be like, the NFL is scripted. Like, the hell are you talking about? Mahomes throws 2 interceptions. That means it's scripted?
It's so sensitive over a meme. A meme.
Because you Chiefs fans blame everybody else. Granted, at the end of the game, and you did post it on the social media, Mahomes lost it for us. And in our phone call when I went, woo, about the Bengals winning, you did say Mahomes lost it. However, so far in here, it was... well, the refs sure let Burrow fumble that ball and get that first down. And
I said they got away from it. But that doesn't take away the fact that they totally blew that game. Shouldn't have even been in overtime.
No, they shouldn't.
No, it shouldn't. While we're on the topic of overtime, I'd like to point out that, again, I think the rules need to change regardless of the outcome of that game. I think that we need to see an overhaul of that overtime. It needs to be changed. I don't think that we should have that. It shouldn't be that. Playoffs or not, it shouldn't be what it is. It needs to be changed. It's the worst of any
100%.
professional sport, in my opinion.
100%.
I agree that it needs to be changed, but not 100%, because I feel like a little bit of it makes sense. As much as on the last time we were talking about it, it was confusing on how they explained it. And then, of course, I sent you guys a picture later on about like, oh, this is what it says.
They explained it a little bit better at the start of this overtime, and I looked at the picture, and it's still, I just don't like the way it's set up. They explained it better this time, but I still don't like the way it's set up. I think that it should be play a full freaking quarter. I mean,
at the very least, guaranteed possession for both teams.
I mean, I understand why they don't, but also I like the next. I feel like maybe it should change per round of the playoffs. It won't ever be that, because so this round you have 2 weeks until the Super Bowl. So if something happens because we play a whole nother 15 minutes and that person possibly can't play in the Super Bowl, like you don't want to take away from the entertainment value, NFL. So that's why they don't do stuff like that. They don't want people to get hurt because it is scripted. It's not. Just bitches think it is. So, but I agree that they should, even a touchdown or no touchdown, the other team should have a possession opportunity.
Fuck it.
It's like,
yep.
Best of 5 wild card division, best of 7 Super Bowl.
We'd have football until July.
Oh yeah.
I think they should have field goal shootouts instead. How about that?
From the 60-yard line, or from the 60 yards out?
From the 30, going back every 10 yards.
Overtime should just be a King of the Ring, or King of the Cage, whatever it is. And put them in a cage match, and whichever punter comes out on top wins.
The punter. It's definitely not going to be. I don't even know.
Just in, Pat McAfee comes out of retirement.
He would love that so much.
He absolutely would. He would be all for it.
I love that Josh Allen had tweeted pain after the Bengals called heads and it was tails.
I felt so bad for him. I saw that tweet and I was like, no.
Now they call heads.
Well, you can't not, right? Because if you call tails again and it comes up heads, it's like, well, why didn't they just...
I mean, 50-50. But I thought the game was going to be over when Eli Apple almost had that interception he didn't have.
Worst fruit ever.
Worst fruit ever.
Nope.
I think the Chiefs lost because they're still confused about our whole green and orange and yellow fruit conversation from before.
Oh, shit, that's what did it. And when is a lime rape?
When it's brown, or whatever the fuck you were saying. But you never see a thing turn brown. Do you? Is it green? Is it yellow? Is it white? I don't ever eat fruit. I don't fucking know.
I think you need to go back and re-listen to these episodes, because you keep pulling these weird scripts out of your ass.
I am the only one that re-listens to those 76 views on the YouTube.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yikes.
Yeah, like yikes is for sure. Yikes is for sure. Awkward silence in every episode. Oh, there we go.
Go Rams.
Go Rams. Go football. I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
You guys got predictions for score?
Oh, so when I asked this earlier, you're like, I'm going to hold off on my prediction until later
I said
on.
Let's do it. Oh, yeah. I said I was going to hold off on my prediction until Tim the Tap Man tells me who's going to win, so I can go against him. Because if he's choosing Rams, I'm choosing Bengals. If he's choosing Bengals, I'm choosing Rams. So, Tim the Tap Man, you're a motherfucking jinx.
You a motherfucking jinx.
Car Ramrod.
You're never going to hear
Say
this,
it.
so you're never going to know. Car Ramrod.
RM.
Is this a fruit roll-up? What is this?
No, I'm taking Rams, and I'm going to go 30-27.
Oh shit! I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be that high.
I
think it's gonna be turnovers galore, and I think it's going to be 17-13 Bengals.
I am gonna say it's gonna be 21-17 Bengals.
Oof, he didn't wait for Tim the Tap Man. He already jinxed himself.
I'm not a jinx.
No.
I'm not a jinx.
I'm not a jinx. I'm not a Pokemon.
You heard it here first, folks.
You heard it for
Freaking
I thought you were about to pull an Eli Manning and just like start giving everybody the finger and oh.
Well, let's go over to Peyton. Oh, I can't hear his goddamn thing.
I can't hear shit.
I can't hear shit.
Before we get off of the subject of the Bengals, how good is Evan McPherson? How good is Evan McPherson?
Oh, he's so good, bro. Predicting games as he's kicking them. Looking away as he's kicking them.
I just love
talking to Patty Mahomes' wife as he's kicking them.
Was he?
No,
I
probably
believe
not.
it. It's like,
good Lord.
It's like, guess what? We're going to the Super Bowl.
Like Joe Burrow's,
I mean, not
Cool's
your
hitman.
husband, but me and you, we're going.
Do you guys have a favorite like happening from this season so far as football? Like, what was your favorite moment from this season?
Tom Brady losing the playoffs.
Okay. I feel that.
Do you?
Mark? Do you feel that? Not from 1,000 miles away, I hope
can
not.
Can you feel it?
Mine would be, and I'm just going to continue along the playoff line, but Packers losing at home. And all their fans cried out, and then there was a sudden silence.
Mine are two moments that are technically the same moment. So week 18, and then just yesterday, the Chiefs lost to the Bengals. Fuck yeah, bro. Mark, you got to get that tail under control, okay?
I don't know, man. It's like I'm part Saiyan or something. It just pops out and starts going all over the place.
I don't think that's how that works.
Something. I don't know.
Something. Now your tail's moving away from you. You better get
gotta catch my tail.
That isn't weird.
Do you guys watch the Pro Bowl or no? Since
No.
it changed to like...
No.
Since
I
it
haven't
changed
watched
to
the Pro Bowl
dodgeball?
in like 6 years.
Remember that time before we started recording this episode, we talked about not talking over each other? And that's what we just did?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
No.
Off. That would be so terrible if we said one thing at a time and it was just like, and then, okay, that'd be terrible.
You know what they should bring back though for the Pro Bowl is the
quarterback challenge.
The quarterback challenge. Absolutely. That needs to be a thing again. Especially with the talent they have today.
I enjoy the dodgeball stuff about it. It's fun. But I don't understand how Kirk Cousins is in the Pro Bowl now, but what the hell ever. Mode. I'm in robot mode. Internet sucks right now.
Please don't do that.
Oh, man.
Hurting my screen.
Did my wig stay on? Okay, thanks.
Not to pay.
Yeah, I know you wear a hat to keep your hair together, but
that's right.
With my luscious locks, I ain't gotta worry about that. But what I was saying before I went all C3PO.
I was gonna say Boss Nos. Doing the
you guys call me a robot, and that is why in which I said that.
Oh, you went C3PO and then you went Gungan style.
Right.
What?
Misa don't think so. I don't know how Kirk Cousins is in the Pro Bowl. I understand that other people like drop out, but that they shouldn't just give it away.
Here you go.
Here's something you didn't earn twice.
I don't disagree.
That is, I was actually really surprised by that as well.
So weird. My hair.
His stats are there though. Like he's had decent. He's had a decent
He's got
statistical
decent
season.
stats, but like he can't finish to save his life.
Oh my God, are your glasses and eyes good? Are you still crying about this damn game? Jeez, Mark, bring him some eye drops or something. You know what I am happy for that's going on your side of the world, Anthony? Is that you cleaned up your fucking desk over there and put your documents you don't ever have to worry about away, so that you make it look like you're actually doing something. I got my bed over here that makes it look like I sleep in a twin-size bed.
I still got my cat that always sits in the same spot.
That's fine.
You're welcome.
That's called a life partner right there. That is your companion. You are the Doctor Who to his world. You guys don't watch that show. You know what I'm talking about.
See, he's alive.
That's because he is the master of mischief.
All right, everyone. We want to hear some feedback. Who do you got for the Super Bowl?
Is it a zombie or a vampire? That's what I really want to know. Zombie or a vampire? Zampire or a vombie?
That's
Why
legit.
are those the names?
What would the other name be?
No,
I don't know
not
either.
that.
It wouldn't. I don't know.
I still say nothing happens. Nothing. Neither of them.
Neither of them. What is neither of them? Neither of them happen?
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens
to either of them. No,
that doesn't make any sense.
You just get the light snack because the zombie's dead.
Let's try it. Let's find out. Leave us a comment.
Let's try
How
it.
are we trying it? What?
Leave us a comment. Is it a Zampire or a Vombie? Who are you taking in the Super Bowl? And we want some scores. Zamboni.
Oh, Zamboni.
Zamboni?
Oh my gosh. I can't wait. Well, for Jeffrey here, for Anthony, I don't know where he's at on your guys' screen, but for me, he's right above me. For Mark at the very top, we are the G.A.M.R podcast. Enjoy the listen, Wade. Hope everybody else that tries to listen enjoyed it. Verb, if you're out there.
Miss you, Grandma.
I hope you enjoy the music again.
There you go. All right.
Later.